Hi guys, how are you tonight? I'm not going to be on too long tonight. I'm going to be very brief with this. Getting away from the movie trivia and the compilations and ride with me and simple cooking, what meals I cook. We're going to get on a serious note tonight for a moment, and we are going to talk about the hello in the chat. I was strolling around the house today, which I'm not doing too much of anything right now, but I was strolling around the house after editing and producing and creating and all of that good stuff for YouTube. And, we creators have to stay busy. But I stopped and listened at the stimulus checks. And all I've been hearing everywhere I go is work, home, friends, cousins, sisters, brothers. The whole conversation is stimulus checks. When am I getting my stimulus checks? They're supposed to be here last Friday. Supposed to be here Friday before last. The computer crashed. All kind of things was going wrong. Blah blah blah. People not receiving their money. People receiving their money. People receive their money and start spending it. I mean, it's just all types of information out there. But one of the things that I paid a lot of attention to, that some people may not be, um, they are technically receiving their stimulus checks, but they are technically not receiving their stimulus checks. Now, let me try to explain this to you. Now, there are, if you need to call the IRS, there's a particular number you go on the irs.gov website, and there's a number you can call between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Now, here's what I wrote. If you have not received your stimulus check and you have a dependent, go to the site. All the necessary information needs to be correct in the site, in the IRS. I would suggest you just go and make sure everything is correct on you anyway. Because sometimes you might forget at that time, at a particular time, you change banks. Um, for some unknown reason, your social security number might have changed. The social security number for the child, the name, I mean, anything could have. Just go and check your information, please. But make sure your checking account information is right. If it's going to your savings, make sure that it's okay to be direct deposited into your savings instead of your checking. Make sure the IRS is okay with depositing in your checking and your savings. Hi John, how are you? I didn't get the check. How are you? Well, I haven't gotten it either, John. I'm giving information. It's going to be a while before I get the check because there have been some changes with me, and I know it's going to take them a while. It's going to take them at least 5 or 6 weeks just to verify my information to send me a check. But I did go into the non-filers um, section in the irs.gov, and I um, verified my bank information, my social security number, my address, in case it's going to be a paper check. I hope it be direct deposited, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Just go and make sure and verify your information is okay. If any changes have happened in your life in the last year, I say go and verify everything. Make sure everything is okay. I made too much so I won't get the check. Well, you know what? I thought so too. But you have a son, right? So if you have a son, John, uh, I know a couple of people that made well over um, 6 figures with a child and they've already received their checks. So I thought they wasn't going to receive any money. But they told me they did. And I was like, what? How you get a check? But they gave them a check. Two people to be exact. Two different households, two different kids. So I don't know. I don't know how they make their decision on if you're going to receive a check, if you're not, how much money you make, how much money you didn't make. But I thought you would even get 500 for your son. I don't know. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on right now. That's why I had to go and research the information. But um, go to the non-fireless tool and check everything, verify everything. And if you had your taxes completed by a tax service, just an update, please make sure you've already contacted the tax service where your money was deposited to, because that's where your money is going to go. And make sure you have an update on where that tax service is. Have they moved? Are their phone numbers the same? Are their accounts the same? Everything, because you don't want to delay any reason why you haven't received your check. Because if the tax service, if it has to be refunded from the tax service, guess what? It's going to take up to, I didn't say 5, I say it's going to take up to 5 months for them to make the necessary changes again and the verification and all of that for you to receive your stimulus checks. So please verify, verify, verify. That's what I say. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, John, if you didn't get the 500 for your son and the 1,200 for you. I'm telling you, two people I know made well over 6 figures, and they received for their son and daughter and themselves. But again, you know what? They might be looking at the what do you call it? The age of your children too, because these two, one is 4 years old and one is, I think, 5.5 or something like that. Yeah, it might have been, but I would definitely, if you've already talked to the people and know that you're not, but I would definitely call and talk to somebody to see. Um, and then if they have to go back and make some adjustments because it went to the tax, um, they might have a paper check mailed to you instead of the direct deposit. So that might be, they go interchange from department to department. Um, at the IRS, they have different departments that do different things. One department might verify all information. One department might be the department to receive all the checks back from the tax offices. One department might be the one that re-verify to make sure when they send it out. One department might be the one that send all the money to the direct deposits. One department might be the one to verify the direct deposit. I mean, they might have like 50 departments. And that's why they say it might take up to 5 months. Was high, 6 figures. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, though, John, I'm telling you, these two people is well up. They well into the 140s and the 150s. But again, their children is three, 3 or 4, and 5.5. I do know that much. So that might make a difference too. Like I said, I don't know what all the determining factors are, but they couldn't believe it either, and they were the first ones to receive it. But I do know that they filed their 2018 taxes too. So I don't know because they wasn't even expecting nothing but $500 for their kids. But anyway, um, If you don't want it deposited in your bank, it's going to come in paper check. Excuse me, it's going to take longer. So you have to determine if you want paper check or deposit in your account. Like I say, just verify everything. Now, for the reasons why you you will get cut a check. They will cut you a check, but four reasons is why you will never see that check. Why your check will be taken or why your check is seized. Number one, if you have any judgments against you, any, um, anything concerning government loans or government school loans or any educational loans or something like that, it might be rerouted to that. If you owe any taxes, number two, to the IRS, you will be cut a check, but that check is going to be rerouted. Like one time, I think I owed like 400 and something dollars to the IRS like 15 years ago, and I was cut a check for something I did, and when I went to the bank, I'm looking for the check, and they said, "Oh, that went to the IRS. That was a levy on your account." And I was saying for $400. Come on now, you know you all have all the money. Yeah, yeah, they might. Um, because I don't see that nowhere on the IRS.gov information where if you owe state taxes, they will take your check. That's not listed, and I read it, but that's not listed. So they might have, but I will check to see if they've already cut you a check. Has it been rerouted? Um, Number three was educational loans, um, school loans, college loans, anything like that. They're redirected. I think there was one. No, there was number two. Number two. Now, if you have any large doctor bills, like I guess if you are a real sick individual and you've had major surgery and your bills are way up there, um, it's saying that if you have large doctor bills, they'll reroute your check to the doctor's offices, who hospital or the one that does the medical building and all, the doctor that does all the medical building. I guess if they report it, then yes, they'll keep your check. I don't see why though. I mean, I know you were sick, but it don't have anything to do with you trying to live today in today's economy, because you might not even be working. You know, and the last one is child support. If you owe child support, they're gonna take your check. If you owe child support, it doesn't matter if in you're in going through court procedures with the mom or whatever. They are going to take your check. That check is going to be cut to you, but it's going to be rerouted to the state. So let's look at it again. It might change from week to week. Now the checks are being cut again this week, and I think they're going to be in your bank accounts on Friday. I'm saying yours because I know it's not going to be in mine. Oh yeah. You're right, John. Once your spouse um, passes away, then everything that you owe is forgiven. Even your credit cards, everything. Whether you had insurance on your credit cards or not, they eliminate that when you call and say this person is no longer here. then that credit card is no longer in existence. Let me see. Somebody just sent me a message, and I need to. Tiffany Crystal, Deontay Queen, okay. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. They do forgive everything because when my mother passed away, and I was calling the credit card company, and they had insurance on the cards and everything, but it's automatically forgiven. My dad wasn't responsible for paying my mother's credit cards after that. And then after he passed away 9 months later, then all of his credit cards and everything was forgiven also. Nobody was really held, nobody was held responsible for it, regardless whether they had insurance on their cards. You know how sometimes they'll have you to get insurance on your cards just in case. Well, that's what I'm talking about. But that's what I'm talking about as far if your stimulus check was seized or you haven't received it, you might want to number one call, go to irs.gov and go to one of the sections, read through the sections, and figure out if there's a section where you can verify, go and verify all your information, make sure your social security number, your address, your name, your date of birth, everything has to be right. Your routing number to your bank, make sure those are right numbers. Your checking account, not your debit card number, your checking account number or your savings account number. Make sure those are right. Verify everything because you don't want them to take no 5 weeks to 5 months to verify for your check to go through all these departments before it come back to you. Make sure you check if you want your check deposit or direct deposit. Now, what I'm hearing, if you already have an account like people that have getting Social Security and all of that disability checks, their money's already being directed into their account by the state, right? So they are, um, yeah, yeah. I didn't think you would have had to pay off her debts though. But if you have Social Security, disability, anything coming, they're automatically going to put your account in your uh, deposit your account in your bank, unless you call and request you want your money sent by paper check. And if you have any issues with anything and your money comes with paper check, do not deposit your money in your bank account. Go to a store or go to a side store somewhere and let them cash your check. Lose the couple of dollars it's going to take to cash the check, but cash the check yourself. Do not deposit in your account if you owe any loans, if you owe anything. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. But here they are again: child support, judgments of any kind, educational loans, and you owe doctor bills. Now that's the research I got today. If you have any questions, go to irs.gov, check it out, you know, verify everything, read through it. If you don't understand it, get your accountant or get somebody else to read through it for you. But read the information. Everything is right because when they start, when the U.S. Mint Department print up all those checks, print up all that, yeah, the federal government, Federal Reserve, when they print up all that money and they print up all those checks, they're going to Well, you know the process. They print up the money, and then the money goes to a certain account, and then the IRS print up all the checks, uh, combined with the amount of money they have, and then you go. Uh, they send the checks out either through direct deposit or paper checks. Now remember, be patient. There are a lot of departments within the IRS that's working on your information. That's why the computers are crashing because everybody's calling at the same time. Even sometimes the banks, you can't even get through to the banks because so many people don't even try to call the bank on Monday mornings. You can't even get a listing of your account. You can't even get a balance of your account and your account activity until about 10 or 11 o'clock. And this is Central Time. You're on Social Security, but you still didn't receive anything. You know what? I don't even think I don't even think they cut the checks for people on Social Security and disability. Because my brother's on disability, he haven't received this check either. So I think they are verifying everything with the Social Security and disability offices in those states and in your state because he's waiting too. And somebody said they are doing something with Social Security and disability, and they're going to be releasing those checks pretty soon. Now, what do they mean by pretty soon? I don't know if they mean this week, next week, May 1st. Seems like I heard May 1st through 5th, though. You know, John, that might be why you haven't received a check yet. Because you're on Social Security. That might be it. Now, I know the ones that they're saying, I didn't read this, they were talking about it. They're saying that people that are on SNAP and receiving checks from the state already, like it's not called welfare anymore, but whatever it's called, uh, they're not going to receive a check because they're already being paid by the state, the government, and they're already receiving food. Now they might receive an increase on their SNAP benefits, but that's what I'm hearing now. It's not guaranteed what I'm saying right here because I haven't read this part. But I just wanted to update everybody on this, um, the COVID-19 uh, issue and the stimulus checks that are coming out. You know, what are the reasons why yours have been seized? And you might want to check it out. Anyway, I'm getting ready to sign off. Thank you, John, for stepping in. Hadn't heard from you in a while. I normally go on like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon now because I'm normally editing this time of night, but I kind of switched it up today because I was tired. And I edited today, and I'm gonna release that on Monday because I'm intertwining my Braden reality TV videos with my Braden brand live. Cause it got a little bit too much. Yeah, I think you're gonna get yours, John. I think yours gonna be coming pretty soon. Cause they're not gonna leave out the Social Security and disabled people. They're not gonna do that. But anyway, yeah. Um, I'll be on Monday evening about 7 o'clock. No, about 4 o'clock. Braden Brand Live. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. I'm glad you came in. Um, Definitely, I have movie trivia on Wednesdays. And that's it. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Tell your son I say hi.